Hey, I'm probably gonna have to break up these videos into separate parts because it's gonna just take me a bit too long. But the first thing I want to talk about is the curls that some people have been asking me. How do I get the curls in my hair? At the moment I'm wearing a wig, but on the top, if you can see, that's my natural hair on the top. And my natural hair is basically the same as this wig. This is a lace front wig, and I can't remember the name of it at the moment. Can't remember the name of it, but anyway, this is a lace front wig, but it has my natural hairline, not the hairline of the lace front, because I don't like the hairlines on lace fronts. I think that some people have them too straight, so in order for me to combat that straightness, I add my own hair in the front. And my own hair is actually quite curly underneath, and my hair underneath is relaxed. My hair comes up to about here, and I'm using this wig as a protective style right now, so I'll probably have this in the wig for, I don't know, a few days, and then I'll take it out and I'll have my own hair underneath, a shorter version of this basically, because it's K-mode underneath. But I'm probably going to show you quickly how I do that as well. In another video I'll show you how I actually do that, but these are just to answer the questions that were asked to me on Facebook, and that was about how do I get the curls, how do I deal with breakage, what is protective styling, and moisturizing and sealing, what is all that about. So the curls, I basically get the curls by dividing my hair into 4 sections, dampening my hair with water, adding a moisturizer, which I use olive oil, incredibly rich oil moisturizing hair lotion. You can use any moisturizer of your choice. I use that one personally because it's great for my hair, and I seal it with olive oil. Now this is a Do Grow Stimulating Growth Oil bottle. I emptied out the contents of this because I found out that it actually had mineral oil in it, so I threw it away, kept the bottle, and in this right now it's only got extra virgin olive oil. So once I've used my moisturizer on my hair, I add the olive oil. Then when I've sectioned my hair into 4s, I use one section and I put 3 K-Mos in it. You can use K-Mos, or you can use just, you know, big plaits going all the way down. I prefer to use K-Mos. So I basically K-Mo my hair into 3 sections, K-Mo my hair into 3 sections there, 3 sections at the back, 3 sections again at the back. So altogether I have 12 K-Mos on my head. And when it comes to the ends, to say all of that is all K-Mos, when all of that is all K-Mode, then I twist it and I do a chiny bump, just so then I can make sure that the ends of the hair are taken as well. Gosh, now my weave is starting to be taken by it. Right, so once I've done that, I wrap my hair at night using a silk wrap or a satin bonnet or whatever, and I leave it, sleep with it overnight. Then in the morning I take it out and it becomes curly. It's simple really. I'll do a tutorial on that a little bit later on. I actually did one a few days ago, but I just haven't finished editing it yet. It was just long and boring and whatever. So yeah, that was one. That was how I get the curls. Number 2, they were asking me about breakage and what to do about breakage. Now, mainly when my hair breaks, it's not really because of stress, because I'm not really a stressful person. It's mainly because of dryness why my hair will break. So or lack of protein why my hair is breaking. So I do a protein treatment, and my protein treatment requires, I'm probably going to do a separate video requiring that as well. But my protein treatment is a bit of a cheap conditioner, a couple of squirts of a cheap conditioner. I add egg, I add mayonnaise, I add honey, I add extra virgin olive oil, and I add coconut oil, and I mix that up all together, and then I paste it in my hair like I'm adding a relaxer to my hair. And once I've done that, I leave it on for 10-15 minutes, no longer, because that is some really, really strong stuff. Trust me, it's probably even stronger than the relaxer, and it can make your head get really hard if you leave protein in overnight or any longer than 10-15 minutes. If it's a light protein treatment, then you could probably get away with leaving it in your hair for half an hour, but this is a very heavy one, so I wouldn't recommend any more than 10-15 minutes maximum. And once I've done that, I wash it out, and then I add in my replenishing conditioner, which is this one by Organic Root Stimulator. Again, I love their products, and I leave that in my hair for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Sometimes I leave it in longer, sometimes I leave it in overnight, but last night I left my hair in this for an hour, and then I washed it out. I dried it with a t-shirt, and when I went to comb my hair, I could count how many hairs were in my comb, and there were about 2. And even when I was washing my hair, sorry, that's my son. Even when I was washing my hair, I noticed that there was only about 2 strands in the bath, so that really, really worked well for my hair. I'm probably going to do a separate tutorial regarding that. Moisturizing and sealing, just a quick recap about what that is. Moisturizing is basically when you can use water to moisturize your hair, or you could use a moisturizing hair lotion or a hair pomade, whatever they call it. You can use that to moisturize, or a leave-in conditioner. You can use a light leave-in conditioner you can use to moisturize your hair. I use Cantu, which is a shea butter moisture leave-in conditioner. You could also use that in your hair twice a day. Put this in your hair. You could either just rub it into your hair like normal, or you could section your hair into 4 parts and rub it in, and then once you put in your moisturizer, you put in your oil of your choice. I use extra virgin oil, or I use coconut oil. Coconut oil is fantastic for your hair because it penetrates the cuticle up to about 90% when you use it. So sometimes you don't even have to use your moisturizing lotion, but I like to use both because I'm kinky that way. Anyway, so you could use that. The next thing I wanted to talk about was protective styles. My hair, I'm looking after my hair at the moment, but I wanted to get longer. So in order for me to have it healthy and to keep it, ideally I want it to get to this length, which is armpit length. That's my main goal, armpit length. At the moment I'm up to about here. So because my hair is up to here, when I'm wearing shirts or t-shirts or jackets or whatever, and my natural hair rubs up against it rubs up against those things, then it's got a tendency to break. So in order to protect my hair from also the weather as well, because it's winter at the moment, in order to do that, I would wear protective styles for a few days. So this is my protective style. This is my wig that I wear, and like I said, my natural hair line is in the front. I take out my hair in the front, and I just basically comb it back, so then it just looks natural. Can you see? Can you see? Yeah, you can see the parting in the front. Okay, so yeah, I would recommend using protective styles for people that are in natural hair or in relaxed hair. It really, really doesn't matter. It's always important that you should protect your hair. You could use protective styling in a wig, or you could use protective styling in a half wig or in extensions. You see people wearing extensions, or you can put your hair in a bun, protect your ends. Like, this is your natural hair now. Just imagine this is my natural hair. I would protect my hair by putting it in a bun and tucking in my ends. There's all different types of protective styles that you can wear. I personally like to protect my whole head, so I use things like wigs, to protect my hair, you know, all the time. At home, I might just use tiny bumps, or what they call Bantu knots, or I just might cane row because my hair grows really quickly in cane rows. Or I might just have a braid out. I've got a video already of me showcasing my braid out. That was my first braid out actually that I done, and I'm gonna probably keep doing them again, because my braid outs come out like this. So if my hair was this length right now, this is how my braid outs would come out. But my braid outs, my hair is a bit shorter than this at the moment, so is my braid outs. So yeah, I think that is all I really needed to talk about at the moment. If there's any questions, please just hit me up and I will try and answer them as best as I can. Okay? Alright, bye.